Hey, Scott Lara, thecruisegenius.com, brought to you by GigSky. GigSky is a company that provides data plans if you're going on a cruise or if you're going overseas, and you don't want that headache of having a high cell phone bill when you come home. I know lots of people who have been on their cell phones, they didn't realize they were on the ship's signal, they came home to a $400, $500, $600 cell phone bill. With GigSky, you sign up, you get a data plan for so many days, so much data, and you are good to go. It uses your eSIM that's already built into your cell phone. So it's a great thing, so you have peace of mind about using your phone. Go to gigsky.com for all the details, then email me, slara1961@gmail.com for a super secret promo code and a link where you can get 10% off your GigSky data plan. Let's talk about cruises. Hey Scott, hey what? I just want to get on the ship. Cool, I'll just get you on the ship. What are you looking for? Inside, ocean view, balcony. I'm looking for a balcony. Okay, I'll get you on a balcony. Well, the fact of the matter is, if you say, I just want to get on the ship, that means you want a guarantee stateroom. What does that mean? That means you're not picking a certain cabin. You're not picking a certain cabin category. You're just wanting to get in a balcony. Well, that's fine. But the fact of the matter is, the accountants on cruise lines have got this thing down to a science. A midship balcony may be like a category 1A, for example, right? That's what they'll call it. Well, midship balcony is going to cost more than a balcony cabin in the forward of the ship or the back of the ship. Why? Because you got the cruise ship, right? And it's going up and down. Well, if you're in the middle of the ship, it's not going to go up and down as much, less motion. But if you're up at the front, near the bow, you're going to feel it. Or if you're in the stern, the back, you may feel it. So that's why the accountants at cruise lines charge more for midship balconies, ocean view, or inside cabins. But a lot of times people are trying to save some pennies to just get on the ship. The danger with that is, and I tell this to my clients, my cruise clients, if you just want to roll the dice and get on the ship, let me ask you a question. Do you really think the cruise line is going to try to put you in the best cabin they can? Or are they going to see everybody who has paid for their cabins, who have picked cabin J1024 or veranda deck 1097, because those are frequent cruisers and they know that those specific cabins are not too far from the elevator, but not too close. They're not under the show lounge. They're not near the casino. Frequent cruisers know what cabins they want. Usually it's the wife that'll tell the husband what cabin they want, right? And a lot of times it's trial and error. But going back to a specific cabin, if you choose a specific cabin, it's going to cost more money than a cabin that is what they call a guarantee cabin, because you're rolling the dice. And so as the cruise gets closer to the sail date, the cruise line will look, and they have a super secret formula. Nobody knows it. Maybe 3 people know the super secret formula. They see all the cabins that have been picked by frequent cruisers and who've paid extra money for those specific cabins. So all those are assigned, and then they're left with however many cabins, 100, 1,000, whatever. Okay, here's the guarantees. Now, I think in some cases, Holland America will look at, if you're a 5-star Mariner, 4-star Mariner, 3-star, 2-star, 1-star, based on your loyalty level, those 5 stars may, and I use the word may, get a better cabin if they choose a guarantee instead of picking a specific cabin. Probably goes the same way with Royal, with Carnival, with like with Carnival, I'm a Platinum VIFP, and so that means I have like over 75 days. I would hope that someone at Carnival, if I do choose a guarantee cabin, hey, Scott's a Platinum, we're not going to put them under the show lounge, we're not going to put them right under the galley, we're not going to put them right by the casino, because he's Platinum, because he's earned loyalty with us, we're going to put him in a nicer cabin. You hope it works that way. But again, there's no guarantees. There's no guarantees when you get a guaranteed cabin. All bets are off, right? So I firmly recommend that people, if it's a 10 on their list, to not be close to an elevator, to not be under the show lounge, to not be under the galley where you hear the wheels going with all the the stuff for the food. If you don't want to be under the back of that Lido deck where they're scraping lounge chairs along the deck at 2 in the morning, you want to pick your own cabin. You want to call your travel agency and travel agent and say, hey, Scott, and I'll say, hey, what? I want midship, not too close to the elevator, not too far away. Caitlin wants, great. Whatever Caitlin says, Caitlin gets. And I'll book you that cabin. Is it going to cost more? Yes. But the cruise lines know that, right? You're going to pick a nice cabin, the one that you want, and you're going to pay for it. If you go with a guarantee, you are rolling the dice. I'm trying to think of an analogy of a guarantee. I mean, like hotels, right? You book a hotel, you don't know what floor you're going to be on. You don't know what room you're going to be in, if it's going to be by the elevator, if it's going to, you may ask for an ocean view hotel room, or you may want a pool view room. And of course, when you book hotels, the more desirable rooms will be more expensive. Going back to the accountants, right? They want to get as much money as they can, and we all understand that, right? So what I'm saying is, if you're going to call me and say, hey, Scott, just get me on the ship, I'll get you on the ship. But you cannot hold me accountable if you're by a bow thruster, if you're by the anchor, if you're under the show lounge, if you're near the casino. If you just want to be on the ship and just go on a cruise and you're not worrying about your accommodations, you just want to roll the dice, cool. I get that. A lot of people want a value. A lot of people want to save money. I get it. But all I can tell you, I've been married 40 years. My wife and I were under a show lounge one night on one cruise, YMCA, every night at like 10 o'clock, and my wife was not happy. Fortunately, I was able to make a phone call and get a better cabin. But the point of the matter is that, when you go on what do you want to do when you're on a cruise, right? Do you want a 2,000 square foot room where you can, be on Facebook 20 hours a day and read the Bible and coffee during the day and just rest and sit? Or do you just use your cabin to sleep? Do you just use your cabin to take a shower? If you are using a cabin just like that, like solo cruisers, right? Virgin Voyages, NCL, Carnival, MSC. If you're just a solo cruiser and you just need a place to sleep and shower, then maybe a guarantee is the way to go. But if you're guys, I'm talking to you. If you're married, Caitlin's not going to want to be by the show lounge. Caitlin's not going to want to be by the elevator. Caitlin's not going to want to be under the casino. I can just tell you, my wife was not happy when we heard YMCA every night. And finally, on the third night, I made a phone call. We were able to get bumped up. But the point is, that's a very rare occasion, or very rare, because now cruise ships are pretty much sold out. Back in the day, there's two things back in the day. Number one, back in the day, like let's say you live in Fort Lauderdale, right? And I think Holland America is doing this a little bit, where you could walk right down to the pier. Hey, Tony. Hey, Mr. Scott, how are you? Good to see you again. You too, Tony. Here's a 50. Here's a 50. Caitlin and I are right here. I like the name Caitlin. Caitlin and I are here. Just give us a call. If the people from New York who are supposed to be flying down here to jump on the Eurodam, if they get snowed in, you got some extra cabins, we can get on, yay. Now, because of TSA and everything going on, they've really gotten strict on, checking in, having your documents, because they want to make sure everything's copacetic, right? But I think Holland America is allowing people to jump on very last minute at a reduced price. Why? Because Holland America Line wants to fill those cabins. They want to, get the tip money for their crew. They want, with the food they have and there's a very complex formula to that too. They want those ships sailing full. They don't want them sailing out half empty or 3/4 empty, because, at the end of the cruise, some accountant again, and that's where I got to go back to Peter Greenberg. I think his series was Cruise Inc. And if I can remember, I'll put that in the comment, in the description of this, because Peter Greenberg's episode, I think it's called Travel Detective, I think, on CBS. He talked about the economics of cruising, about making money, losing money. And man, when you're on a cruise, you know it, right? You hear the announcements, hey, sail on this or sail on that. They're trying to make as much money, because every cruise is either win, lose, break even. And believe me, they want to win. They want to win for their shareholders. They want to win for the crew. They want to win. No cruise line can stay in business by cruise ships going out 3/4 full or half full, because they've got it all down to a science. People ask me all the time, Scott, what do you think about all these cruise lines building bigger cruise ships? Again, an accountant up on the 9th floor somewhere Hey, if we can pack 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 passengers, and we sell the photos, we sell the drink package, we sell the shore excursions, we're going to make money with more people on board. Back in the day, Holland America Line, how many people were on the Mazda? 1,200, 1,500? Even on the fantasy carnival ships, 2,500. But now you have Icon with 5,000, 6,000 people. And then if you have 4 people in a room, can bring it up to 7,000 people and can really be making money. Now, they're not going to be making money on the kids, but they're going to be making money on the adults in the casino. They're going to be making money on the photos, making money on the drink package, hopefully, and just making money all around. If you have any questions about guarantee cabins or about cruising in general, or if you want to book a cruise or an all-inclusive resort vacation, Lara1961@gmail.com. Again, check out GigSky. It'll save you a lot of money on your data when you're traveling. Scott Lara, thecruisegenius.com. Like and subscribe. Have a great day. Go Navy.